welcome to the annual Tree of Love lighting ceremony. I'm Ken Landfear from WKZO Radio, and it's truly a pleasure to be here with you tonight as we celebrate the spirit of holiday giving and honor those who have generously supported the Tree of Love campaign. The Tree of Love campaign has been a cherished holiday giving tradition, spreading hope for women and families throughout our community. For nearly 4 decades now, Tree of Love has been dedicated to providing free mammograms and diagnostic testing for early breast cancer detection. And because of your generosity, countless lives right here in our community have been saved. So it's a pleasure for me to introduce the first of our guest speakers this evening. He is the Regional President and CEO of the Southwest Region of Ascension, Michigan. Please welcome Dr. Dean Kindler.
Thank you, Ken. So I'm Dean Kindler. I'm very grateful for the turnout tonight. So thank you all for coming for this very important cause, and I love seeing the room full here and really the spirit of giving in this holiday season. American women's risk of developing breast cancer at some point in her life is 12%. Hard to hear me? Okay, that never happens at home. So they'd be very encouraged by that. So, all right. So, again, an American woman's risk of developing breast cancer at some point in her life is about 12%. So, it's a very, very impactful. That means that 1 out of 8 women will develop breast cancer at some point in their lives. And unfortunately, 1 out of 5 women can't afford to get diagnostic testing. And it's true for any cancer, and definitely true for breast cancer. The sooner someone knows they have cancer, the earlier we detect cancer, the better the options for treating it, the better the chance that that person survives and survives well. So very important. Breast cancer is a second leading cause of death in women. Even though the mortality rate has dropped, unfortunately the incidence of breast cancer continues to increase. More women are being diagnosed with breast cancer through early detection, which leads to better survival. 98% of women diagnosed early will survive past the initial 5-year mark. Screening mammograms are an important part of early detection. Screening recommendations vary based on an individual's risk factors. Even some men need breast cancer screening. Here at Ascension Borgess, we take the overall health and prevention care of our community to heart. Breast cancer may be the second leading cause of death for women, but it is the number 1 leading cause of death for women in the United States is heart disease. So I think what's really wonderful here and with what you're doing is we're tackling 2 of the most important and the most impactful thing for our women in this community, breast cancer and heart disease. For a long time, cardiac care was focused only on men, but we know that men and women manifest cardiac disease differently. And we need to be very specialized, just as when we think of our women and in diagnosing and going after heart disease. So we're very fortunate here at Borgess to have a dedicated women's cardiac clinic. Due to this disparity, the National Institutes of Health have recommended creating female-specific cardiac clinics. At Ascension Borgess, we are lucky to have a women's cardiac clinic that is focused on screening, prevention, and treatment of heart disease for women in our community. Our goal is to keep the women we serve healthy for many years to come. So this year we're adding a second giving option to our Tree of Love campaign, which shines light on the immediate need for heart health in our community. Our donors are now have the opportunity to provide access for screening for the top leading causes of death for women. The Tree of Love program, whether you choose to support mammography or heart care, fits perfectly into our greater mission of providing care to the poor and vulnerable. At Ascension Borgess, we care for everyone, especially those who have the greatest need. Thank you for the opportunity to share this information with you tonight, and I sincerely thank you for your support of this program. We mean that from the bottom of our heart. Having a community that's willing to give as you are willing to give for such important causes speaks volumes to the mission that we serve and to the impact that we have in our community. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Kindler. Now, please join me in welcoming our special guest speaker for this evening. She's a mom, a breast cancer survivor, and a passionate advocate for the health and wellness of women and the community. Please welcome Catherine Chase.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to support the Ascension Borges Tree of Love lighting ceremony, a cause that is both near and dear to my heart. Let me start by saying how truly honored I am to be speaking with you tonight. My name is Catherine Chase. I'm not only a medical assistant here at Ascension Borges Women's Health, but I'm also an estrogen positive, HER2 positive breast cancer survivor. Sadly, I'm not the first to have breast cancer in my family. My aunt had it, as well as her sister, my mother, who fought it not once, not twice, but 3 times. I had to see what the physical and emotional strain it put on her. But in that, I also saw resilience, courage, and strength. Little did I know that I was going to have to take what I learned and become a pillar of strength for my now 5- and 7-year-old daughters. I found my life-altering event 2 years ago by simply going and seeing the people I call my work family. You see, female cancers start with our women's health offices. And believe me when I say, women avoid us like the plague. I'm too busy. It's uncomfortable. It's a pain. And believe me, I get it. It puts women in a vulnerable position, which is not a trait any of us like anyone else to see. However, I stand here today because I did just that. I was honest with my clinician. Actually, it was one of our midwives, Brianna Ship. After seeing me for an appointment, she took my request about wanting a referral to plastic surgery for a breast reduction. She is the foundation of my success story. Plastic surgery saw me and said that surgery was a doable option. Surgery went well. I was healing fine, but it wasn't until I went in for my post-op with Dr. Nitsch. He told me that my pathology came back as stage 1A breast cancer. Everyone was shocked. I had no complaints, no issues, no concerns. Only that my back hurt from the weight. Mammograms, breast CTs, it all followed and came over me like a tsunami, ready to wash me away. Fortunately, each step of the way, I was connected to the best team members. From women's health to plastic surgery, from plastic surgery to Dr. Barnes at general surgery, where I had a double mastectomy with immediate implant reconstruction. Unfortunately, 4 days later, those implants went septic and had to be removed, which meant that no viable tissue was left. Once at oncology, Dr. Mohammed. Now, I don't know where you stand on religion, but when an oncologist tells you it's a God moment, you take her at her word. You see, had they not found the cancer, the HER2 gene would have given me maybe a year to live. Talk about having to face your own mortality. From oncology, I got my treatment plan. In the infusion center, I formed a close bond with everyone. I mean, let's face it, after 12 rounds of chemo and 17 rounds of Herceptin, I had plenty of time to chat. Their kind words and smiling faces made everything easier. You see, each step by itself was big, but all together it felt like Goliath was standing before me. The foundation we set by making sure all women have access to testing ensures that we all have a success story. At the Cancer Center, there's a bell entitled Katie's Bell, named after yours truly. However, it is the survivor's bell. You see, as cancer survivors, we ring the bell to tell the world that our battle has been won. Tonight, as we light this tree, I think of those that came before us, those that have won their fight, and those that are putting on the armor for the fight of their lives. I pray we hear that bell ringing every day. So, ladies and gentlemen, before I go, I would like to take a moment to recognize those that have made my story what it is today. If they are in attendance, I ask that they stand so they can be recognized. First and foremost, my family. in front here. Brianna Ship, Dr. Daniel Barnes, and Dr. Ayman Mohammed. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your story with us this evening. Our next speaker will be recognizing some of the donors and sponsors for the Tree of Love, and he is the board chair for the Ascension Borges Foundation. Please welcome Greg Dobson.
I was listening to that, hoping I wasn't next. What a great story, compelling story, and thank you for sharing that. Yes, I'm Greg Dobson, chair of the Ascension Borges Foundation. Our goal and mission at the foundation is to raise monies and to invest them for the benefit of the mission of Ascension Borges Hospital. So your dollars funnel through us and help us do that. Tonight we're pleased and proud to be part of this initiative, which has been expanded this year to include not only breast cancer, as we just heard about, but also, as was mentioned previously as well, heart care and cardiac care. So today, this annual holiday tradition of Giving to the Tree of Life campaign allows for early detection of not only breast cancer, but also of cardiac conditions, which we know are also a serious and important concern for women and all people. Together, we hope to provide life-saving health care, and symbolized by the beauty of the Tree of Love, which will be lit later this evening. As we celebrate the Tree of Love campaign, I would like to take a moment to thank all of our generous donors. Each of these on the screen behind me have been very helpful and instrumental over the years, and particularly this year. So I'd like to read a few of those names for you. Our Nativity donors, our highest level donors, Lilliebridge Healthcare Services, the Jim Gilmore Jr. Foundation, and Dr. Stephen Peck. Our gold donors, Greenleaf Trust, Lake Michigan Credit Union, and Tim Tyler. Our silver bell and Betsy English. Our tree donors, Jane Bainbridge, Old National Bank, R1 RCM Incorporated. And our luminary donors, Susan Kavanaugh, Aaron and Jen Frink, American Metal Fab Incorporated, Marie Rogers, Richard Van Nyman, Schupan and Sons Incorporated, and Sylvia Laraway. Thank you to everyone who gave it at any level. Your gifts are truly making a difference. And don't worry, if you haven't made your gift yet, like me, I saw that board. Yeah, I need to get on that. Don't worry. You, like me, can visit treeoflove.borges.com or scan the QR code at your table. Make your gift tonight if you'd like. Thank you very much. I'll hand it back again.
Thank you very much, Greg. Well, it is that time. Time to head out to the lobby to do the tree lighting. So if you could make your way to the lobby, we will gather around the tree for a blessing and the tree lighting. All right, we have everybody. We didn't lose anybody along the way. Okay, thanks for joining us for this special ceremony. Ben Schaefer is here. He's manager of spiritual care for the Southwest Michigan Ministries, and he will provide tonight's blessing of the tree.
I want to add my thanks for each and every one of you being here tonight. It's such a gift to be together, to celebrate, to honor the work that you've done in giving. I'm struck by a quote by Winston Churchill. He said, "We make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give." And that's what you're doing tonight. You're giving, you're showing your life, the way that you live that, to care for others. So thank you. Thank you for the life-changing gift that you have done in making your life. So I invite you, if you feel comfortable, to join me in our prayer. Holy One, we thank you for this tree of love. Thankful you for all those who have donated to make this program possible. We ask that you bless this work. May it be a gift to all those who receive its care. May it save lives and bless families. And may this tree remind us of the love and respect that we can give each and every person every day. Amen.
Thank you very much. All right, the moment we've been waiting for, time to light the tree. So please help count it down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tonight, you're welcome to stay and enjoy some more food and each other's company, and we wish all of you a very happy holiday season. And again, thanks for being with us for a very special evening ceremony. Thank you. Thank you. you.